Hello everyone, welcome to Laexcellence IAS Academy. Recently, on 25th June, Axiom Space, a privately owned space company, launched a mission called Axiom 4 mission. In this particular mission, Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla was also included. But what are the objective of this particular Axiom 4 mission? And what is this mission particularly? And also, what is the significance of this particular mission to India and also particularly ISRO? Okay, discuss all these things. Let us start. This is the fourth commercial space flight to International Space Station. Axiom 4 mission is a commercial space flight. Axiom Space is a privately owned company which is planning this particular Axiom 4 mission to International Space Station, where the 4 astronauts will take some of the scientific experiments on this particular International Space Station. Who are these 4 astronauts? The first one is Piggy Whitson, he is from USA. Second one is Shubhanshu Shukla, he is from India. And third one is Stavros, he is from Poland. And fourth one is Tibor Kapo, he is from Hungary. These 4 astronauts will conduct some scientific experiments on International Space Station. And who are the collaborators? Means which agencies, space agencies are collaborating in this particular Axiom 4 mission. 4 major space agencies, particularly ISRO, NASA, and other 2 privately owned companies. One is SpaceX, one is Axiom Space. These 4 space companies, organizations are collaborating to make this particular mission, Axiom 4 mission, a successful endeavor. In this particular Axiom 4 mission, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket has been used. And also SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft has been also used. This particular Dragon spacecraft is a crew capsule. Crew capsule means in this particular crew capsule, these 4 astronauts will stay and travel to International Space Station, and also they will back to Earth from this crew capsule itself. This is the Axiom 4 mission. But what are the objectives of this particular Axiom 4 mission? The first objective with respect to this mission, these 4 astronauts will stay at International Space Station 2 weeks. That means there will be a 14 days stay on International Space Station to conduct scientific experiments with respect to life sciences, earth observation, and also material science. From life sciences perspective, there will be experiments particularly with respect to microgravity. How microgravity will impact muscle dysfunction, and also how astronauts interact with the electronic displays or screens with respect to microgravity. Means in the condition of microgravity, how these astronauts will interact with the electronic displays or screens. This particular experiment will also taken place as part of this particular mission. And third is that examine the microalgae or cyanobacteria, means the growth, reproduction, means cellular reproduction, and also the chemical composition of this particular microalgae and cyanobacteria is also studied in this particular mission. And next is that investigating the muscle regeneration, sprouting, salad seeds, and tardigrades. Particularly, ISRO sent tardigrades to Indian Space Station to conduct experiments. These particularly tardigrades known for living in a very harsh environments. So because of this, ISRO sent tardigrades to International Space Station to conduct study. This is one of the major objectives. And next is that Axiom is to build a international space station on its own. Means it's likely to build its own space station, because the international space station will be decommissioned after a couple of years. In order to build its own space station, Axiom 4 is the perfect platform. After conducting some of the experiments, Axiom space station will be built. These are the very important objectives with respect to Axiom 4 mission. And next part is how this particular Axiom 4 mission will help India and ISRO. From ISRO perspective, ISRO conducting some specific studies. One is that, as we already mentioned, microgravity and muscle dysfunction. Means how microgravity will affect the muscle dysfunction in the particular condition. But what is this microgravity, if you ask me? The microgravity is nothing but condition where the gravitational pull, means the gravity will be reduced. It is almost negligible. In that condition, the objects will be in a continuous free fall. Means there will be no gravitational pull to drag these objects towards Earth. So in these conditions, objects not only in a continuous free fall, but also objects will be orbiting something. So this is a condition called microgravity, and this microgravity, how it affects muscle dysfunction, will be studied particularly from ISRO perspective. And also study on microalgae and cyanobacteria. These are particular studies of ISRO. And impact on the space flight on the growth of 6 varieties of crop seeds. ISRO is particularly studying how the space flight will impact the growth of crops, particular crops on this particular space environment. And with respect to Subhanshu Shukla, how Subhanshu Shukla is participating in this particular mission will helpful to India. Particularly, he is the only Indian to be step onto the International Space Station. This is very significant aspect for Indian space industry. And second is that he is the second Indian to travel space after Rakesh Sharma after 41 years. This is also very significant. And on the crew of the Gagan mission, means this Subhanshu Shukla is the one of the crew of Gaganyaan mission. His experience in this particular Axiom 4 will be used as part of Gaganyaan mission to make this particular Gaganyaan mission as a successful endeavor. And next is that how it is helpful or significant with respect to space industry. The first is that the future missions, as we already mentioned, Gaganyaan will be conducted without any hurdles. And also India is building its own space station called Bharatiya Space Station. This experience or studies with respect to microgravity and all these will be helpful to build our own Bharatiya Space Station. This is one. And second is that NASA and ISRO are collaborating 5 joint experiments in this particular Axiom 4. And thirdly, we can say that NASA and USA space industry, other space privately owned space organizations are willing to use Gaganyaan technologies, means indigenous Gagan technologies in their future missions. This is very, very huge from Indian space industry perspective. Means the indigenous technologies are internationalized, where international organizations will use our technologies. This is where the Axiom 4 mission will be very significant to Indian space industry and ISRO. So thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned.